Isn't that some relaxing music? Wow. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Intellectual Radio, Voices of Change. That tune you were listening to, that was the smooth sounds of Garrett Body, affectionately known as G Body, with his newly released single, So Amazing. Happy birthday to G Body, who just celebrated a birthday yesterday also. Again, that So Amazing can be purchased on Amazon and all outlets. I'm noticing that my internet is somewhat skipping, and I'm hoping it doesn't continue and disrupt the show. Give me your feedback, put your comments in, and let me know because we have some important content. Again, thank you for tuning in to Intellectual Radio Voices of Change. Today, I have a special co-host, an old friend of Intellectual Radio Voices of Change, Elliot Bell. Elliot is a Chicagoan and music educator at Southland College Prep High School. He is also the minister of music at St. Luke Church of God in Christ and Union Baptist Church. He was also recently appointed as the jurisdictional minister of music for the 5th jurisdiction of Illinois East for the Church of God in Christ, and also the music director and conductor for recent shows, Ain't Misbehaving, Once on This Island, and Sister Act. He keeps himself very busy. In addition, he gives music lessons, both voice and piano. Help me welcome to the show right here on Intellectual Radio, Voices of Change, Elliot Bell.
Hey,
how are you? You were back there listening. Is it skipping really bad? I kind of wanted to.
No, it's not skipping.
Okay.
It may just be on your end, but it's pretty clear here.
Okay, thank you. And welcome. It's been a while since I've talked to you and since you've been on the show, and we really appreciate having you, but now I know why. You've been so busy.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to come back and be a part.
Well, thank you for being here. And now I got to talk about our special guest. You know, we have a special guest. He's a SME, the subject matter expert. Mm-hmm. So on today's show, we're going to discuss Teresa Johnson, also known as, Ressa Tessa, and her TikTok series, Who the F Did I Marry?
My goodness.
This 50-part series captured the fascination of 400 million impressions in only 3 weeks. Her heartbreak videos went viral, and her believable style of storytelling, and she is a storyteller, had us hooked. Miss Johnson is a new hero for scorned women. Many feel that she's kind of stupid for continually believing her boyfriend, husband, or whatever, all of his lies. Well, I think we've all been dumb. But I tell you what, she isn't dumb about getting the bag. With us here today is Khalid Scott, a licensed social worker, and he will lead the discussion on this current phenomenon. Who the F did I marry? Before I bring out Khalid, I'm going to have to start with the scripture to put us all in the mood.
Yes.
It's going to be from Matthew 7, verses 1-5, and you know what this scripture is, and so you probably know why I'm reading it. It goes, "Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, 'Let me help you get rid of that speck in your eye,' when you can't see past the log in your own eye? Hypocrite. First, get rid of the log in your own eye. Then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye." So I want you to keep this in mind as you listen to the conversation that we're going to have. I'm sure we're going to have different perspectives. Again, this is coming from our own perspectives, from Elliot's, from mine. Khalid, he's a licensed social worker, so he's kind of the subject matter expert. But again, keep that in mind. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Khalid and then bring him on. Just a little bit, because Elliot, from past shows, he has about a 6-page. One time I read it all.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Khalid Scott is an award-winning licensed social worker, clinical psychotherapist, life coach, SUD specialist, author, mentor, and motivational speaker, as well as a marriage counselor and therapist. One of Khalid's mantras is self-care for the soul. As a licensed clinical social worker, he's at work 5 days a week, helping damaged people live better and undamaged lives. And he absolutely loves it. He believes that social work is not only his career, but also his gift and calling from God, and that he should use his calling and this gift wisely. Quite frequently, he is called by friends to give advice, and he always makes himself available, but he reminds himself that hearing tragedy and trauma all day is very depleting. So he has to remember to rejuvenate himself and refill his cup every day. By taking care of self, he encourages each of us to do the same. Mr. Scott will lead this discussion and analysis of the recent 50-part series, Who the F Did I Marry? Help me welcome back to Intellectual Radio, Voices of Change, Khalid.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And you guys out there, comment, say hello, say something, comment. Thank you. Hi, Makiba.
Kiba.
Okay, Khalid, we have a lot to cover. It was 50 parts. It was how many minutes? 500 minutes or whatever. I don't know how many hours, but
like 5 hours or something.
7 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
7 hours
and 45 minutes.
Alrighty then.
Were you able to watch all of it?
Yes, every bit of it.
Hey, cuz. Yeah, so let's get to it, because this hour goes by real quick,
Yeah.
And I want to do something a little twist, because everybody's been talking about it for the last few weeks. And in fact, she was on Good Morning America and the Tamron Hall show. And I see so many bloggers have done special new podcasts on this phenomenon, which is not a phenomenon, right? But she took something as simplistic as got in front of her cell phone camera and start recording, right? And she recorded from everywhere from her house to her bathroom, right? And she made it like we were talking to our sister.
Right.
Our best girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she made us understand that, man, I was a victim who now has the victory. And at no point when I was watching all 50 videos did I feel sorry for her. Why? Because she took immediate accountability. And that's the difference. That's a difference. And I appreciate that she didn't name him. You know, she gave him a nickname, Legion, you know, and she just told her truth. And now, and I think I sent you the video, Janice, other women who this man has had romantic relationships with, now they're coming out the woodwork to confirm her story, right? And so let's get into it. Let's get into it. And by the end of the show, I want the takeaway to be, how do we stop letting ourselves be so vulnerable for predators to take over our existence?
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a very good intro. And I think, you know, as we start discussing it, I think we're all going to have possibly different views on it or different perspectives on it. But I do like what you said. One thing about her being accountable immediately. I think I'm going to have a different perspective, but I'm going to let you go ahead and lead it because that's what you're doing today.
Okay. Well, if there's any specific thing that you want me to address, or I can do freestyle, it's up to you.
We can do freestyle. What do you think, Ellie? You want to do freestyle, or is there any?
Yeah, freestyle is good.
He's good at freestyle.
Okay. So when I first heard about it, right, I remember one of my friends told me, and he was like, Khalid, there's a video out where this woman is making us black men look horrible. And I was like, wow, really? Oh, okay. Got you. And so then it started getting momentum, right? And then next thing I know, I was getting text messages and inboxes. Khalid, I want to have a podcast. And because I know you're a private practicing therapist who do marriage and individual, and you've been talking about relationships since the late 90s, I would love to have you on as a guest. So of course I accepted the invitations, but of course I want to always appear to be knowledgeable. So I was like, oh, wow. Okay, I got to watch these videos. And so when I heard it was a TikTok, I'm like, okay, well, the videos are probably, a couple of minutes long.
Right.
Not knowing that, whoa, it was 7 hours and 45 minutes. And I watched it over 3 days because it was a lot to intake, right?
Yeah.
And also, I'm a lover of women. I have a mother. I have a daughter. I have aunties and cousins and goddaughters and little old ladies in my neighborhood and female co-workers. You, Janice, I love women, right? And the one thing, and I'm emotionally intelligent. Let me throw that out there. And what I mean by being emotional intelligent means I can see both sides of things. I'm a rational man, but I have emotional capacity too. And I know how to intertwine them. Right?
Okay.
And so when I saw the first video, you know what I'm saying? She caught me. She caught me. Even with that title. Ugh. And I understood why she had to name it, Who the F Did I Marry?
I think, you know what, she caught me too with that title, because I think some of us have been in that situation where we rolled over and say, who the F did I marry? But I think in her instance, they talk about red flags, but I saw so many red flags that she just neglected. You're dating someone online. I remember going to the Cotton Club and I meet these well-dressed guys.
Oh, wow.
And they would say, okay, I'm dating myself.
Wow. Okay. Definitely dating yourself.
That's okay. But that's okay. But they would say that they ran this business and worked here and here, dressed down. I mean, had designer suits on. And I was always one to have a police friend. And I worked at a place where I could check people out. 90% of them were lying. So if I found someone online, I think one of the first things that I would want to do is do due diligence for real, because it's online and everyone's going to puff and embellish and make themselves look better online. So I'm not so surprised that he did that. Yeah, he had a little issue lying, but still
Little.
yet,
Huh.
well,
Little.
yeah, he
Mm.
had an issue lying, but still and yet, didn't he pay all her bills?
Which
So
we still trying to figure out how all these bills got paid.
If
right,
he had a job, I mean, he wasn't a director or a VP or whatever he said he
Right,
was.
right.
right. Well, so let me go ahead and
Go
put
ahead,
on the clinical hat, right?
put it on.
Hmm.
He's a perpetrator.
A lot of men are.
Well, okay. And you
Okay,
can say
Okay.
that
All right. Here
because
we go.
because it gets them the results they want, right?
exactly. Yes.
Hmm.
See, I'm not gonna ever change a behavior if I'm getting my needs met with that behavior.
Very true.
So a perpetrator has to reel you in, right?
Hmm.
I can't be a messy perpetrator. I can't be a ugly perpetrator. I can't be a knucklehead perpetrator because I won't catch you. I won't reel you in. I gotta be charismatic.
Hmm.
I gotta have something about me, even if I'm maybe not physically appealing. Boy, I got this mouthpiece that would make Jesus do whatever I want him to do for me.
Hmm.
And then I gotta pay attention to your conversation
Yes.
because women tell on themselves because typically you all come from what? The emotion stance. It's about your feelings. You'll tell me everything about the last 3 boyfriends for me to sit back and like, that's what works with her.
So this is what I'm going to be, and this is what they
Yes,
tune into.
Yes.
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 So
Yes.
remember how she met him online, which I tell ladies, stop meeting men online. But then I hear women say what? Well, Khalid, I can meet somebody in the grocery store and it can still be the same thing. But you don't get to look them in the eyeballs. You don't get to feel the human vibration on this computer. I've been saying that
Yeah.
from day one.
I
I've
agree.
even told you, Janice, in other sessions that man, I had a buddy. He was on 5 dating sites,
Mm.
and he was really attractive, 6'3", an ex-football player. And he said, Khalid, I purposely do dating sites because I know women are desperate on dating sites. Because they said, I tried the library, I tried church, I tried the grocery store. I'm not meeting Mr. Guy. So let me do the dating sites. And then every woman I know, well, I had a friend named Vanessa and she got married. So they use that as the go-to of the justification of dating online. But I'm a man telling you how men operate. And so dating online is the best thing next to white bread for men. Because the only thing I gotta do is pick up this phone, lay in my bed. Ooh, she cute. She not. I can take advantage of her.
Yep.
It's real simple. And remember, men are very simplistic. Are really simplistic. I can be Denzel Washington online if I want to be.
Very true.
Let's go back to the video series. What she said was they talked on the first date. And it just worked out perfectly for him, right?
Yeah.
She caught a flat tire. So he came and he fixed her flat tire, right? So here it is. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. What is Atlanta, Georgia known for with black men, right? I don't have to say it out loud, do I?
Mm-hmm.
So here she is. Oh my God, he's an ex-athlete. He makes money, has a wonderful career, and he got on his knees and changed my tire. Because I ain't changing nobody's tire at 54 years old. I'm calling AAA. But this man got on his knees and changed that tire, and she got turned on immediately. Then what else worked in his favor? A week later, the pandemic kicked in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I got to be isolated by myself. I'm already having a hard time being by myself. Now I got to be in the house 24/7. And this man is saying he's willing to move in with me so I can feel protected. So the cards were laid out for him. And so, yes, he might have took his last savings and like, babe, I got you. especially because you're telling me what? I want a chivalrous man.
Yeah.
Right? And so he had to show and prove. But then little by little, it started disintegrating. Because you can't keep up a lie like that.
Right.
You can't keep up a lie. Then a few months later, she gets pregnant. She gets pregnant. And then then she loses the baby, right? And then ends up still, even though she's seeing red flags, she married him. She went and married him. So Janice, let me pause right there because you're the woman on this panel. You tell me, how did that happen as a woman?
How did what happen?
How did she ignore all the red flags?
Because he fulfilled a need that she wanted, and she wasn't looking. She wasn't really one that's inquisitive, that would try to check out someone, that would be suspicious, that would normally think the worst and hope for the best. So she was hoping for the best, and he fell into it. So that's how she did. That's how that happened.
Right, but
I think she got to take ownership. She has to take some ownership too. That's all I was saying.
And she did, but you see how you didn't answer the question?
How did I not answer the question?
How did she let the red flags go away? They were spotlighted.
She didn't let them go away. She ignored them because what she wanted was what she wanted. So the red flags, the hell with the red flags. I'm just saying.
There you go. Now, let's pretend we're in a counseling session, Janice. Go deeper so men can understand this. Because most men in our rational man, this still don't make sense to me. It still don't make sense to me. You move somebody in after 2 weeks. So take me to the heart of a woman, Janice. That's what I'm asking you.
Well, see, I mean, I guess all women are different because I could not imagine myself, even in the pandemic or any other disaster, taking someone who I didn't know in 2 weeks and saying, okay, I don't want to be alone. You're going to have to live with me. So, I mean, but everyone is different. I'm not judging her for that. That's how she is. Every woman is different. And I think because she's been lonely for a long time, she felt like this is my time. This is my savior.
Yes. 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 Absolutely. Elliot, you see the difference between how a man would answer that question as versus a woman? You see what
Definitely.
she said in that moment?
Yes.
With men, she lumped us. With women, she separated.
Exactly.
Janice, ask me the same question. Say if this was reverse. Ask me the same question I asked you.
If this was reversed and I asked you about the red flags?
Let me help you out.
Help me out.
There was a man who took a woman in and he ignored all the red flags. Khalid, explain to me, why would a man do that?
Oh, that happens.
Khalid. Oh, does it?
Yes. Khalid, yes.
Does it, Janice, really?
Khalid, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Elliot, we don't have to go there, but okay. So, Khalid, explain to me how a man took me in. I'm just saying hypothetically, it ain't me for real, but me in, and he saw all the red flags and he took me in anyway. Mm-hmm. Explain to me, because I don't understand all the rationale. When he saw the red flags, he knew what time it was. So why did he do it?
Right. Because at the end of the day, I'm the man and this is my house. What gets allowed in this house goes by me first. And I'm man enough, alpha man enough to divert anything that she tries to get away with. And I'm going to get my needs fulfilled. Because with men, I come first.
Well, she got her needs filled too.
Janice, let me finish. Because I'm trying to educate women on your show.
Go for it.
As a man, I'm going to get my needs fulfilled first. Always. You as the woman will always be number 2 in fulfillment. Long as I get mine, then I'll consider giving you yours. And that's why it appeared that I ignored it. But you better believe I talked with her. I knew that she had the capacity to cook and clean and do my laundry and give me, be in that bedroom acting like she Vanessa Del Rio. Now, is she a whiner? Is she depressed and all that? Yeah, I can handle all that. I got a third leg down there that would treat that problem real quick. Because I'm also it's about my ego. So see, I didn't divert the answer. I'm telling you real truth. What us men need to start hearing is you all's real truth, not excuses. You have to tell men, I'm tired of being alone. I want to believe in black men. I want to give y'all a chance. I don't want to believe you all are bad. I didn't have a daddy at home. All my relationships have failed short. I'm an overweight woman and I want to feel love from a man. This is what you got to say out loud.
But isn't that what she kind of told him?
Not enough to make him divert his actions, because look what he did to her. And the thing is, it's like you've heard this before. If a married man goes to a nightclub and I go with him as a single man, who gets hit on more?
A married man.
Married man, I think.
A married man. Why? Why, Janice?
I can only say assumptions. I really don't know.
Okay. The reason why I got to go and be accountable to somebody else. So if you want to have fun with me, I'm for it. We're going to go and get something to eat and we're going to go in that bedroom. But I got to go home to the wife and pay the bills and nag her and make her feel cringy. But with you, baby, it's all about the fun and the games.
Yep.
And so women like a piece of him is better than none.
Mm-hmm.
With Khalid, Mr. Single, oh God, I got to love on his damn daughter Anaya. I got to cook him those greens and sweet potatoes. I got to make sure the Comcast bill got paid this month. Oh, he like extra. He want to go to church with me. I got to meet his friends, Elliot and Janice. See the difference?
Yeah.
It's too much work. Is that what you're saying?
Work.
There you go.
Too much work. So now let's get back to the video. So it was a beautiful storytelling because she took us chapter to chapter to chapter.
She was a good storyteller. She was
Right.
Very good storyteller. Very good.
And so what happened is at the end of each 5-minute video, you was like, I want more. I want more.
Yes.
Like a soap opera. Like a soap opera.
Absolutely.
I mean,
she gave you a preface. On the next video, I will be talking about the crimes he committed. Right? And thank God that it only took her a year to get it. It took her a year. I got friends who are divorced and said, Khalid, I should have divorced my husband 10 years ago. But I just dealt with it. And I dealt with it. And I dealt with it. Knowing that I should have left him years ago so I could enjoy my life.
Mm-hmm.
At least this woman, he didn't give her a choice. She had to get away from his psychopathic self. And then the lies he told were so unnecessary. They were so unnecessary. He told her he had 2 sisters and 3 or 4 brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when she talked to her cousin, she was like, you don't have no sisters. Well, Taylor and Kim. She was like, sweetheart, Kim is my daughter.
That's his cousin. Woo!
That he hadn't talked to in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously had a problem. But you know, I think some of the focus seemed to be on her not having that big house and him promising her and her going 100 times to look for houses, which was crazy to me. Him not buying her a BMW, whereas if the man was paying all my bills, I'd buy my own damn BMW. And him not.
Well, you would, but she wouldn't, because she was dependent on him to do it, because that's what he said he would do.
But if you paying all my bills, Elliot, what kind of car am I gonna drive? Any kind of car I want, right?
Right.
I mean, some of it anyway, go ahead.
I mean, if it's you, Janice, I know you. Yeah, you gonna go look for your car and go pay your note or whatever. But in her case, he's already said, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna pay these bills. I'm gonna buy this car. He's already said it. And up until a certain point, he hasn't he has kept his word up until a certain point. So she's expecting him to get this house. She's expecting him to get this car because that's what he said he was going to do.
He's a liar, but you're not gonna go look at 100 houses.
Well, again, red flags that she ignored, that she chose not to see.
Okay.
Right. Janice, don't forget he had charisma.
Yes.
He had this down pat. He would have kept going if he just wouldn't tell extravagant lies. That's what hurt him. If he would have kept the minimum, he would have got away with it. But he was extraordinary liar.
Yes, top tier.
He had all this money in the bank, and he probably
didn't have a dime. A Google image. I was blown away. I was so blown away.
Right, and so the thing is that slowly but surely she got back to her rational mind. Because it go again with emotional intelligence, you're 50% emotional, 50% logical, right? And so she started at the emotional space. But then when things weren't added up, slowly but surely, the intellectual side kicked in. And she started getting her mind back right. And then these two started to come together. And then remember, he got her pregnant early on.
Yes.
And even with that, when she got rushed to the hospital, she's thinking she's talking to his assistant or something. And it was him.
Right. I said, good God.
She was talking to him.
The whole time.
You would think he would have been rushing to the hospital to be with her. And then think about this. They lost the baby, but he told his family the baby was alive.
And it was a boy.
Again, he obviously had a problem. He was a pathological liar. I'm sure she figured that one out.
Absolutely. But now she married to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, Elliot, what do women tend to do with us? When they see a flaw in men, we become their project.
So, I gotta fix you.
So, Janice, you remember why I'm always giving the example, the CEO with the janitor example? You remember that?
No, I don't. CEO and janitor. Come on, refresh my memory.
Got you. I'm a female CEO. I'm working late at the office. I see the sexy janitor cleaning the toilets down in the basement. I go down there and I end up having sex, the best sex I ever have with that janitor. But then my logic kicked because he felt the emotions in the physical. But then later on, wait a minute, how dare I sleep with a janitor? But I like him. But in him that he doesn't even see yet. So she goes and tell him with a little, what is that called when you're in the bed? Pillow talk. Babe, I think you can own your own janitorial company. So he like, no, I don't. I'm okay cleaning toilets and emptying out waste paper garbages. Are you okay with me doing it? Well, babe, I just know you got so much potential. No, I don't. I like being the janitor. Because the janitor is who you slept with. But then she goes and buys him a laptop. And then she takes him to Macy's or the men's warehouse and buys him a black suit so he can go to the NAACP gala with her. Right? But he's okay being the janitor who goes to the family den on 92nd and Stony Island.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But she got to be okay with it, but she's not.
Right.
And then as soon as he catches on that, wait a minute, you're trying to change me? Then men look at that as what? Emasculation. Sweetheart, you my lover. You ain't my mama.
Right, it's true.
Now I'm going to get back at you. So what I do, I'm going to sleep with your best friend.
Oh.
I'm going to sleep with your cousin. Because I'm going to punish you for not accepting me for who I am. I know that's a lot to take in, but it's the truth. And videos like this give evidence of what I'm saying. I predict, and it may come out, he was touched when he was a little boy. And he was touched probably by a babysitter, because most men who purposely try to damage women, it's about revenge. Or he had a bad relationship with his mother, right? So I can't take it. I can't get the babysitter who molested me at 9 years old. I can't hurt my mama who abandoned me and chose men over me, or brought men around me, and I saw those men abuse my mama, and I figured out that women like being abused. Because if my mother did it, that means all women like it. Because who's a man's first love, Janice?
The mother.
The mother. So if my mother got beat down, that means women like being beat by men. And then we grow. If he was a good dude, all his buddies are the slick Negroes, right? And he sees them dogging women, and women keep coming back. Women keep coming back. So the world teaches us good dudes be bad. He was bad with Risa Tisa. And what happened? He got a roof over his head, cooked meals, a baby in her stomach, and a wedding band.
And she got her bills paid and a little company.
For a couple of months.
For a couple of months.
For a couple of months.
And then they got divorced. No big deal.
Then they got divorced.
Yep.
So see, the thing is, because I'm about being proactive, and how do we get past this? Because it's millions of Risa Tisas out here. And to surprise, men are Risa Tisas too.
I agree.
Exactly.
There's men being victimized, but we can't say it out loud like you all can. If a man would have made that video,
please,
he might as well blow his brains out.
Yep.
The way he would be talked about.
Yeah.
Dude, what kind of man you are? You gonna make a video tripping on women? Man, let me take your man card from you. You weak. You should have had the men in your village teach you about game. So that's why she can make it, and that's why other women going to make the same video. Once something becomes popular like this, it's going to be copycats, Janice. Janice, this show I'm doing, I got 2 more podcasts talking about this same issue.
Oh, wow.
Because it's hot.
Yeah,
it's hot. Let me give you another example about toxicity. A few weeks ago, Tyler Perry premiered his movie, right? Everybody criticized it. Mea culpa, right?
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. I loved it. I loved it. But I know how to switch gears. It was a Friday night movie, eat a pizza and a Pepsi and watch it. And that love scene was amazing.
It was.
The
pain. Yes.
I took it for what it is. I wasn't looking for Oscar caliber.
Right.
I took it for what it is. Everybody criticized it, but 16 million people tuned in that weekend.
Wow.
There you go.
I did a post about it. American Fiction and another movie that had a black cast came out. The movies ain't made 10 million at the box office.
Wow.
They Oscar worthy. But 16 million. So Tyler Perry was sitting at home reading y'all comments.
And counting his money.
Yep. And already, you better believe Netflix was like, put the next one in for next February.
Yep. You know it.
I would too if I was Netflix.
Absolutely. And the reason why Tubi is so popular, right? Because those are
that's my Friday night go-to. Do not talk
about
Lord. Those are cousins. And they in Detroit too?
Oh, yeah, the Detroit ones, I love those.
I love them.
The Detroit ones, I love those.
But see, we love toxicity.
Yeah.
We love toxicity. Normalcy don't feel good. Normalcy is boring. And until we fix us individually, Janice, if I was a dirty dude, I could find 10 Tisas this week.
God.
That's real.
You think I'm lying? Even with that series she put out there, I could find 10 of them this week.
Because people are lonely.
Yes.
I
Yes.
believe that.
But sometimes you got to be okay being by yourself.
True.
Yes.
You got to
Yes.
be working on your healing. I got a couple of friends who are going through divorces and they already looking for the next man. And I'm telling them, have a love affair with yourself, sis.
Yeah.
Because they're so used to being with somebody else.
Yes.
So
Yes. And I get it. I promise you I get it. But also I lived it. I got divorced and I dated minimally. But what I did was I put my time and attention and energy to me and Anaya Kathleen Scott. And it paid off.
obviously.
And
you
it
were
paid
okay.
off. But I had to learn to love Khalid by himself.
Mm.
And now any woman that comes around me compliments my life. That's a difference. She don't add to my life. She compliments my life. Compliments my life. That's what you all should be looking for. A man who compliments you, not fills you up.
I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Get that, and you won't have a Risa Tisas no more.
Mm.
So we getting towards, because wow, time is getting there.
It's flying. It's flying.
We're going towards the end.
Oh.
And I loved how she ended it, because she almost did it where it could be a part 2 to this.
Yeah.
You know, the rebirth of Risa Tisa or something. You know what I'm saying? But she left us saying that, man, it wasn't in all vain. Those 2 years, it changed her life. That woman had to move, sell all her furniture, had to call the police multiple times because she was scared. She said he went from being 3X, and if you're a 3X as a man, you're 300 plus pounds.
Yeah, you're a big guy.
And now she said, when she saw him the last time, he was a medium size. That means he down to 190.
But wasn't he sick, or there was something going on, wasn't there?
Yeah, he was.
They really didn't explore it.
Yeah, he was sick. They didn't exactly say what it was, but he was sick and he wasn't eating.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
And then when she met with him to have him sign the divorce papers, she smelled him.
Yeah, he'd been living in his car.
He'd been living in his car. Wasn't taking care of himself. So to be honest, thank goodness she got her mind back right. Sometimes when God takes somebody out of our lives, that means he heard the conversations in their heads about us.
Very true.
So that means God did her a favor, because she could have been with this man 28 years. What if,
with the kid,
and God, we're sorry, but what if she would have had that baby?
Yes.
What if she would have had that baby? She would have been connected, and he probably would have been the type, I want to see my shorty. I want to see my shorty. Yeah. And she would have been scared, right?
Yeah.
So her autobiography needs to be a cautionary tale of why we can't be so vulnerable, why we can't just pace ourselves when it comes to love, and slow down.
I agree, totally.
Slow down. Love is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Janice, I've been knowing you 10 plus years, maybe longer than that. It's been a long, slow love, right? Long, slow. And this is why I just didn't meet you 2 days ago, and we got this kind of rapport with each other. My man Elliot, I ain't seen you in a while, but as soon as I saw you, I was happy to see you. It was a nice surprise seeing you.
Yes, sir.
Everything, I didn't get all this paper on the wall overnight. This was a process. Everything that's worth having is a process. Slow down, people. Because when you rush, that's when you get in trouble. It's when you get in trouble. Do you all have questions for me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
If there was someone who was in a similar situation and she said, you know, Khalid, what would you tell me to do? I know if I was about to get into it, I would slow down, but I'm already into it. You just tell me to pull out. Should I wait till he changed? Should I try to change him as most women do who aren't emotionally intelligent? What should I do?
Right. I was just talking to a close friend who is having some challenges in her marriage.
Mhm.
And I've said this from day one when she first came to me. I said, Sweet Pea, I'm going to send you a list of marriage therapists. If you and your husband are really committed to this marriage, then it shouldn't be anything you wouldn't be willing to do to save it, right?
Correct.
And what therapy does, it will open up the Pandora box of dysfunctions. Because you got to face what's in the mirror. Hiding it and putting Band-Aids on it ain't done no good so far. Now let's go ahead. And if your husband refuses, that speaks volumes.
Yes.
That speaks volumes. If your wife refuses, that speaks volumes. Because what they're saying is, I'm not what?
Worth it. I don't really want this.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
I've detached myself. I'm just kind of going through the flow with you. And more than likely, I got a mistress or I got a side dude who's fulfilling the other needs that you're not fulfilling. What I also tell people is this, especially if they got kids. So if I met Arisa Tisa and she was telling me this, and I said, you got a daughter? Yes, Khalid. How old's your daughter? 17. What advice would you give your daughter in this situation? Oh God, Khalid, I would tell my daughter to run. And why would you give your daughter that advice? Because I love her. She's my child. Don't you love you? Give yourself the same advice you would give the person you love on earth advice for. That's how I parent Anaya. I walk how I want Anaya to walk. I walk in dignity, so my child walks in dignity. If my daughter saw women coming up in this house, I taught her what? Have a bunch of men coming up in your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told my ex-wife at our divorce court hearing, Lisa, don't bring no man over Anaya, because I'm not going to bring a woman over her. My ex-wife was like, I'm divorced from you. Cut. I don't care what you got to say. And she tested me. I got full custody of my daughter a month later.
Ouch.
There it is.
I don't play with her because this is everything to me. If I fail, her life fails because I'm the first man she loves. And I set the tone of her relationships with men.
That's true.
Risa Disa's mama, whatever her name is, he failed her. Her daddy failed her. What did Chris Rock say? If your daughter on the pole, you failed as a parent.
Okay.
But people keep thinking my kids are supposed to do as I tell them, not do what I show them. The opposite happens. Your kids are a reflection of you. There's things your mom and daddy did, Janice, that you do today in your 50s. Am I lying?
That's true. Don't be telling my bit. What that?
Well, Janice, we know you're not 30. That's all I'm going to say.
You know what, Elliot? I'm not talking to you either. Anyway, but you're absolutely right, because I mirrored, and I didn't realize it when I was young. But as you get older, it's like, whoa. Yeah.
Absolutely. My daughter, I have a hardcore work ethic. If you can tell, right? My daughter has that same work ethic. She's getting ready for medical school.
I know, to be a neurologist.
Wonderful.
She's going to be a neurologist.
Yes.
Wonderful.
But I mirrored it. I didn't tell her to do this while I sat up here and was just filing my nails like, yeah, I'm watching Tubi movies. She saw daddy with master's degrees and certifications, right? She sees daddy in our office with all of our trophies and certificates. I can't ask Anaya to be excellent if I'm not excellent first.
True.
Yeah.
I'm not raising Arisa Tisa. I'm raising Michelle Obama.
Oh, ouch.
So that if I had somebody in my office asking me that same question, That would be my wisdom to him.
Someone has another point, and I think this is something you should speak on.
Sure.
And you can probably see it. I want to believe in Black men. I want to trust Black men. I want to be in love with a Black man. But you guys have been overwhelmingly disappointing.
Right. Well, what I would say to that is look for the different prototype in Black men.
Oh.
See, what I always say, Janice, we date and marry our patterns, not people. So if I'm in a domestic violent relationship as a woman, do you know the odds are that I will leave that man and get with another man who will beat me as well? Why?
Yeah, you have to change your pattern. That's true. That's true.
Because I'm used to that. That from his fists means love. Mwah, mwah. Punch me. That means you love me. Handle me. That means you love me. Instead of a man like, come here, baby. Come here. Mwah. Dude, you are goofy. Oh, you boring. Because sometimes y'all women get off being on the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning telling Gloria, girl, he ain't home yet. Where he at? Girl, he's somewhere. You know where he's at? Where he at, Elliot? He right next to Gloria.
There you go.
Ouch! Ouch!
Don't act like you don't know. That's what it is.
Right next to her friend who she's on the phone talking to at 2 in the morning.
Laying up with him. Laying up with him.
That's in every Tubi movie. Come on now.
That would be disappointing.
Yes,
but I watched Tubi enough. Right.
But it's the truth. It is the truth.
I know she ain't nothing. Shut up, man.
Right.
Ooh, that's scandalous as it comes. Ooh, child. Anyway,
it's real.
Get rid of it. So, Brenda, we got to have a different standard. We got to have a different. There's a bunch of us good Black men out here. A bunch of us.
Yes.
But you got to throw away your old criteria. You got to throw away your old criteria. I get it. If you're a 5'7" woman, you want to date a 6 foot guy, but you might need to be with the 5'6" dude.
Yep.
You know, and you know, Amazon sells little things you can put in your shoe to make you look taller.
He trying
to help somebody. I need for you to receive the help. He's trying to help somebody today.
Oh Lord, he don't have to be tall. Anyway, whatever.
Well, he ain't got to be tall for you, but there's somebody that want a tall one, and they will bypass a good one because you're not tall enough. Real talk.
So and see, remember,
I've heard that a lot.
And let me tell you, men, we give flexibility. We give flexibility. Have you ever seen a good-looking guy walking down the street and you looked at his woman, you was like,
yeah, like how she get him? No.
You better believe. Hold on. You better believe in that house. That house is immaculate.
You know it.
That refrigerator is stacked.
Yep.
And she don't say no in that bedroom.
There you go.
Because remember, in her head, I have a deficit. I don't have Halle Berry's face. I don't have Beyonce's body, but I got everything else.
Oh.
It's real.
And I bring him his peace. There was a recent survey done, the top 5 things that men want. What do you guess was number 1 and what was number 5, Janice?
What they want?
What they want out of a woman.
What was
number 1 and what was number 5?
Number 1 was peace.
Boom! And what was number 5?
Oh no, probably
sex.
Sex. Number 5.
Obviously.
No, what was 2, 3, 4?
Everything leading up to peace.
Mm-hmm.
Everything leading up to peace. I mentor young Black males, 20 and 30s. They starting to sound like us in our 50s. I want peace.
Yeah, everybody wants peace.
You would think in their 20s and 30s is about sex.
Yeah. Oh, 20 and 30s want peace?
Well, they want peace.
Yes.
Oh, I guess you're 30s. I forgot.
You go through enough at work, out in the street, wherever you at. Why do you want to come home to more drama in your 20s and your 30s?
Yep.
Why?
Absolutely. We got 5 more minutes. Come on, bring me some questions, because man, we might have to do a part 2 to this.
You can put a comment. You could put a question. Feel free. Don't be shy.
You got
Comment
anything for me,
question?
Elliot?
I want you to speak to the men.
Oh,
Yeah, I want you to speak to the men. Just,
Very
you
good.
know, how do we handle this situation?
Very good.
Or the men that are victimizing the women. Let's start with that one.
There you go. Perfect, man. That was perfect, brother. Clearly, Legion has mental health issues. He has mental health challenges.
Yes.
We live in a world where it's okay for you to come and see Dr. Scott. In fact, on my caseload in my private practice, I have all male clients now.
oh wow.
And it used to be I would get referred through their wife or the mother or the grandmama or the auntie or the sister. Now men are calling me directly. Hey, I got Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's a good one.
Some of the men on my caseload were molested as boys. And I'm the first person they telling this to. Men are dying in silence.
Yes.
They are suffering in silence. That dude, Legion, he's suffering. And it showed through his mental and his physical. So can we show him some empathy? Yes. Because something made him that dude. He didn't wake up being that dude. Something made him that dude. Men, get the help. It is so in vogue now to sit in front of a therapist. And I know about 20 black male therapists in the Chicagoland area. So it's no more excuse of, well, I don't want to sit in front of somebody from another race. It's a bunch of Khalid Scotts out here now. And we can do, I do virtual sessions. So you ain't got to worry about driving to the office and being inconvenienced. You just put your phone on or your laptop, and then we can do we do our 50-minute session. And if you invest in everything else, and if you don't have insurance, invest in your therapy. I got a client, he pays out of pocket. And I'm like, you sure you want to do this? Because $300 is a lot. He was like, I need it and I deserve it.
There it is.
Under the session? I ain't trying to be nosy. Yikes.
No. Look at that paper back there.
Oh, no. I just said yikes.
It's worth it.
I'm sorry.
That paper wasn't cheap, baby.
I just said yikes. Wait, I should have went into mental health. We have a good question here. We got a good question. Should a mental health check be part of evaluating a partner?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
If his mama had bipolar,
wow.
If his dad was an alcoholic,
wow.
Yeah.
You gotta know it. You gotta know these things.
Well, you know, back in the day, that's what people told you to do when you were looking for a partner.
Yes. But see, we're
you have to look at their family.
ask those questions because we think we're gonna scare them off.
Right.
Right. But that's a good thing if you scare them off then.
Yeah.
That woman wasted 2 years of her life. And don't think because she made this video and now she got signed to a management company that she's still not going to have some PTSD.
Right.
She's going to always look outside her window and wonder, is he out there looking at her? She's going to wonder when she's in a grocery store, is he in the other aisle watching her? Then when she starts to go back and try to find a new boyfriend, she's still got to deal with the ghost of Legion. So that other dude gonna suffer. So see, this has the branches on it. That's why you owe yourself to do the extra work. You owe yourself to do the extra work. Ladies, get off this online stuff. Go back to the old ways. Go and meet that dude in the grocery store. Go to church. It's okay. Remember, love is a marathon, not a sprint. So
are you suggesting that women don't be online to date on the online applications?
I'm promising you.
I agree. I've always agreed. I always thought it was weird, but okay.
I promise you. Because what did I just tell you? When men think about dating online, it's convenient. And I know a woman is desperate because in our head, if a woman goes online, that means she's super busy. She's the boss chick, right? That means she's a little arrogant. And then she wants the easy way. And then she's desperate. That's
wow.
profile. That tells the man, oh, wow, I got a good one.
And that's really weird because women tell other women the only way to find someone is to go online because there's no place to find anyone.
Got you.
So it's good that you're saying this.
Got you. But now that's my opinion. And I
No,
know
I
people
agree.
argue with me.
Right.
But remember, I'm a marriage therapist. I have friends. I talk to people who tell me about the horror stories of online. And again, I'm not negating that you can meet somebody at the library and they be off as well.
Of course.
But I'm just seeing a pattern. I'm seeing a pattern. And if you're going to go online, vex that dude. Vex him.
I agree. You know, Elliot, now you know, I agree with that 100%.
Yes.
100%. I'm like FBI. Okay. I believe in that.
Okay. Background check, everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're worth it.
Yeah.
You're worth it. With me, I had to change my criteria in women after my divorce because what I thought I wanted and needed, my ex-wife was like, you got what you asked for. So now I got a different criteria. And and the wonderful thing about your women, y'all meet our expectations all the time.
Yeah.
We don't meet yours because you do this.
What is this?
Up and down. I want a church going man, babe. I'm not going to church. Okay. I want a man who makes $100,000. I only make $30,000. I cut heads. Okay.
Oh, now I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's funny. Church going.
Hey, babe. I met you with a 30 with a 28-inch waistline. Let's go to LA Fitness. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So now y'all buying out Ozempic. So y'all can make sure y'all waistline is 28 inches.
Wait now. You come on now.
Oh, you are cutting up. Oh, dear God.
Hold on, let me address something because Armanda took something I said wrong. I didn't say every woman. I said that's how men think. He's thinking you're not willing to do the work. You're probably a successful woman with degrees. And so to make life easier, let me go online. But in his head, oh, you that chick, huh? You think you all that. Let me prove that I'm the one that runs it. That's what I'm saying, Amanda. Yep. So adjusting to sex performance and denying reality.
Hey.
Got you.
I tell you, don't watch BMF this week. Anyway. Okay.
Oh my Lord. I don't watch it either way it goes. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Okay. Is there any other comments or questions?
Any other comment? I don't have any other comments. You guys got we're a little bit over, but it doesn't matter.
We can go for it because this is important. We can
if you have any questions, again, put it in the comment and I'll certainly post it so we can have our SME, our subject matter expert, answer it.
And I know y'all got questions.
You got a question?
I don't. There are friends I know that I watch, and I'm quite sure that they got questions.
Don't be scared.
Anything else, Janice? Because I see you was ready tonight. You was ready.
What do you mean ready?
Ready.
It was rapid fire coming out of you tonight. You've been on it.
Why? And I'm normally not like that. Okay. Any more comments? Okay. Well, I got to ask one last thing. Your opinion, and I know this is only your opinion. In your opinion, is there a possibility that this man, he obviously has some mental issues, but don't you think there's a possibility that perhaps he actually did maybe fall for her and was trying to be everything that she wanted, and that's why he told these gigantic lies to try to hoping maybe something may work? Or do you think he was just a jerk and he got married to her anyway and he paid her bills just to do whatever? I don't know. What do you think?
He was a damaged man who met a damaged woman.
There you go. Both of them are victims. Okay, that's it. Any other question?
That's it. That's real.
Well, normally we don't agree.
And let me, Janice, let me throw this out.
Throw it?
Because now he about to be famous. he about to get more women.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
I agree.
Because he's about to be famous.
Why would more women want him? Because he's going to be famous? Come on. No. No. Take this.
Again, you may not agree with that, but Janice, I gotta agree.
2 minutes. Take Elliot. Take this 2 minutes. Yeah, you unbutton your shirt if you want to. Take this 2 minutes.
Janice, he just became sexy. He just became sexy.
Yeah.
If he was able to manipulate a smart woman like that, that means he got something going on.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Father. Amen. Come on, sir. Oops. I mean,
see, don't be. Here you go, Janice. Here you go. Somebody somewhere want it, even though they've heard this whole story. Somebody, if they don't get him, they're gonna get somebody like him. And it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. It's a reality.
Oh, here go. Oh, this is a good one, particularly for people who are in marriage, who are in like marriage, whatever, before you get married. Should a pastor who does premarital counseling be required to conduct mental health training? Seems like they kind of check it out anyway, in a either directly or indirectly. But
they're coming in. They're coming in now.
But women are simple and desperate. Come on through. But anyway.
Okay. Well, maybe it's those women in particular that may want him. That ain't every woman, but it may be those particular women who may be desperate.
In jail. My God, is that a new show?
But no, I know women who have dated men in jail.
There was a guy, he's in jail now. He says women have to pay him $2,500 to come to jail and visit him.
I know you.
I'll send it to you.
There we go.
It came out 2 weeks ago.
So there are women out there.
$2,500 on his books. And what he tells me is, I'm not going nowhere and I'm not cheating on you. Because I'm in jail. And women are eating him up alive.
Then if that's happening, then maybe I'll agree with this pathological liar.
And it's one of the things I will never do is argue with women. When women start trying to tell me about men, I cut it off.
I can't.
Janice, I don't ever know what a minstrel. Hear this out, and I want every woman to hear this. I'll never know what a menstrual cycle feels like. I will not ask Elliot what a menstrual cycle feels like, because me and him will have to do a Google search.
Yes.
The only person I'm gonna ask about a menstrual cycle is, guess who on this panel? You, Janice.
Yes.
Ladies, stop discording what men are telling you about men. It's our experience. Yahweh ain't working. Yahweh is not working. I got 11 friends going through divorces right now. My friends who are divorce attorneys are rich. Every therapist I know in private practice is book solid.
Woo! Okay. So I don't want a man simply because he's famous or rich. You are promoting stereotypes and generalizations. Okay. And men have been paying women for you know what since the beginning of time.
Very true. Very true.
Yes,
very true.
Will continue.
Very true.
Okay. Love the topic. Wondering what yourself. Okay.
Look, don't ask no questions. Janice, don't go down that rabbit hole. Leave that thing alone.
Okay. All right. I guess we got all of our questions out. Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for you guys asking questions and putting your comments in. Khalid, it's always a pleasure if we agree or disagree. And no, I'm not trying to get in the man lane, because no one can tell me about how it feels to have one of those things, a P, except a man, because I can't have one. I'll be late to that, okay? So just like you said about a menses, I can say the same thing about a P. Should mental health screening before obtaining a marriage certificate? Oh,
yes.
Yes, I would say yes.
How can they do that though?
It's a new law that no matter if a woman is married or got a child's dad, they're going to start making men do DNA testing before the woman and the baby leave the hospital.
I agree. I've always agreed with that because I think it's stupid. I think it's so stupid. It's a simple blood test.
Yes.
So why not?
Yes.
It's part of the screening.
And what I wish men, and I think a lot of ministers are doing this, that they're starting to take courses in psychology because they know a lot of people curtail going to me to go and see pastor, but that ain't working no more. Stay in the spiritual lane. Let me do the psychosocial lane. And maybe with them, if I'm a minister, I got Khalid on a Rolodex. Khalid, I got a couple. Whoa, boy. I'm giving them the spiritual, but they got some other stuff going on. Can I refer them to you?
Ooh, that's about a collaboration. You in the ministry?
That would be good. That's what's needed. That's what's needed.
And at $300 a pop, it'd be very lucrative too. On that end, it has been a pleasure.
You ain't no good. You ain't no good.
I'm excited. That's good. Ooh, that's probably gonna be rich pretty soon. Could you tell people how they can contact you in the event that someone may want to talk to you?
Okay. Khalid Scott. I'm on all social media platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, which is X, TikTok, and Instagram. My number is 312-43-SCOTT. 312-43-SCOTT, SCOTT. You can find me on Psychology Today under Khalid Scott. And the website to the private practice is highachiever.net.
That's okay. www.highachiever.net.
Highachiever.net. Yes.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you again so much, Khalid and Elliot, as always. Ooh, most pastors are nurses.
We're going to have a part 2 because this, oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait. That meant, now, you know what? I'll say this. That might be her experience. That doesn't make that true for all pastors. That might be her experience. So I will just take that for what it is. And everything that we say here does not apply to every single man or woman.
The minister got a little. The minister got a little show. Now you know how
that got to get under my skin a little bit. You cannot make that generalization. That may be her experience. And everything that we've said here today does not apply to every single person. There are a set of people that fit the mold. It ain't everybody. So we don't mean to offend a soul, but we just talking about our experiences here. So
there you go.
In our opinions.
Good disclosure, Elliot. Good disclosure.
Someone is making a suggestion, so I'll just let that sit. On that note,
Romaine, I love you.
On that note, we are going to go. We're only a couple minutes past 13 minutes. Lord have mercy. A couple minutes past. It has been a pleasure, you guys. Thank you so much. And I can't wait. Give me a link for your other shows that you're going to do about this. So I can
you know what? they're in development right now.
Okay.
But it's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
So I always announce it on my social media platform.
Perfect. And you can find him again, Khalid Scott, on every platform. Believe that. Just Khalid Scott. And as we always say, LCSW. On that note, I want everyone to have a blessed week, and we'll be back next week, same time. We won't have Khalid next week, but maybe we can get him back here to talk again about in detail more, because you guys, I'm so glad you're having a lot to say. Elliot, thank you. You've got to come back. I know you're doing everything in the city of Chicago with music, but you got to come back.
Definitely, anytime.
Take care and be blessed.